It's Hannah Hart's Book 6, and today we're going to talk about reading slumps. Okay, so if you've been following me on Instagram, if you don't, it's Hannah Hart's Book 6, just like it is on YouTube, and I've been struggling with being in a reading slump. And I just thought that I would talk about it today because, as well as a reading slump, I've been in like a video slump. I just can't find the motivation to edit videos, so I'm just not gonna edit this video. It's just gonna go up today, and that's just gonna be how it is. But basically, I've just been in this mood for about a month now, and it's just I get home from work, and all I want to do is watch YouTube videos or get on Twitter. I just haven't had the motivation to pick up a book and read. And it's really giving me this weird feeling that I'm just not a good reader, or that I'm just not, I don't know, I just feel like I'm not a good reader, and I feel like I'm not a fast enough reader, and I feel like all these people are finishing books so fast, and then I'm like, it's just books, why am I so messed up about this? And I don't know, it just the last April 15th was the last book that I read. April 15th. I finished Evelyn Hugo at 2 a.m. I was really I finished it at 2 a.m. because I wanted to finish the book, wanted to see what happened. But honestly, I was buddy reading it with Brittany, and Brittany had read it in Brittany had read it in 2 days, and I just didn't have time to pick it up because it's finals week or whatever. So I finally picked it up, and once I picked it up, I was like, oh my gosh, this book is so great. But then after that, it was a whole week before I wanted to pick up a book again. And then I see people's Goodreads pages, and they crank out a book every 3 days, and I'm and I just was feeling so bad. And at that point, I'd only read 2 books and 1 graphic novel for the month. And starting this booktube thing, it's you want to have these wrap-ups that have 10 to 15 books in them, and you want to feel so accomplished that you read so many books. And I just was reading graphic novels just to get some numbers on my book count. And I mean, I liked the graphic novels, but still, even with the graphic novel, I wasn't motivated to pick anything up. And then I was reading The Readers of Broken Will Recommend, and I kind of just forced myself to finish this book. I ended up liking it, but it was just the day that I finished it, I was okay, I need to just finish this book. I need to finish it. I need to finish a book. And I just want to get to this other book because Puddin' was coming out the next day. And I wanted to make sure I had it finished so I could read Puddin'. Because I pre-ordered Puddin'. I was so excited about it. So I read Dumplin' in December, and I really just wanted to read Puddin'. And then I got it, and I haven't been motivated to pick it up. And I don't know why, because I've been waiting for 2 months. I pre-ordered it in March. And I'm what is wrong with me? And I don't know. I just, and I've been seeing people just give it okay reviews. And I think I'm just nervous to read it because, I don't know, maybe I hyped it up too much in my head. I don't know. And so I finished The Readers of Broken Will Recommend. I read 130 something pages that day. But it took me from I don't know, noon to 10 p.m. I'm if I really like a book, I can read a book really, really fast. And so it just was making me feel awful. And then I finished it, and I was okay. And then I didn't want to pick up another book for a couple of days. And I don't know, I know this is kind of stupid, but I know people talk about reading slumps a lot, but I just would post on Instagram and be maybe getting out of this reading slump. And then I read Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore, and I liked it, but again, like every book that I've read in the past month is like, I'm not motivated to pick it up. I have to like force myself to read it. And I don't think that that's supposed to be how reading is. And I keep giving books like 3 stars and they're just okay. And I've just been so upset because I'm like, I just want a book to like make me want to read again, because I think a lot of it has to do with this time last year. I started my like class that got me into reading, and I read like 30 books in a row, and I loved like all of them. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm like trying to get back to that high of that summer of like reading all those books. But I mean, I'm working and like, and I kind of blamed it on like, I blamed it on finals week, but then I mean, I really wasn't even doing that much homework for finals week. And I don't know, I just couldn't find a book that was like engrossing me and making me want to read. And I just started kind of like feeling bad about myself. Like, and that's so stupid. Like, it's just books. And I don't understand why I'm like building this up in my head where I'm like, you have to read this many books and you have to do this and da 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 da. And I mean, I'm never gonna be able to read as many books in a month as books in Lala. Like, I don't know, I just like look at those people and I'm like, oh my gosh, they read so many books and da 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 da. And then, I mean, and she has like a full-time job. I don't know. I need to stop comparing myself to people, because I'm really like bad at chronically comparing myself to everybody else. And it's just not important. And then I haven't been making videos either, because I don't know, I'm just not motivated. I'm not motivated to pick up a book, and I'm not motivated to edit a video. And then people are still subscribing to my channel, and I'm like, why are they subscribing? I haven't posted a video in 3 weeks. Like, thank you so much, all 52 of you, like, or 51, I don't know. But I just see these people subscribing to my channel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, people are subscribing. But then I feel bad because I'm not posting anything. So, I don't know, this reading slump just has me feeling so weird, and I'm just like feeling so vulnerable right now, like filming this video, because I'm usually like always talking, always happy. But the reason I wanted to film this video today is because I finally found a book that I'm like really excited to read. I'm so excited that I'm like reading through it really fast. And it's Burn for Burn by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. And I've read Jenny Han's series before, the To All the Boys I Loved Before series, her trilogy, To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy or whatever, and those books were like so compulsively readable. Like, they were such YA contemporaries, like nothing really happened, but they're just so cute, and I'm so excited. And like, I mean, the font's kind of big and like the spacing's really big, so I've been getting through it really fast. But honestly, like, I'm reading it fast, I'm liking it, and it makes me feel good as a reader, because I feel like I'm such a slow reader. And like, I just see, I don't know, I keep comparing myself to books and Mama, and she's been reading like a whole lot of years longer than I have. And I see her like page things at the end of the day, and she talks about how she's like read 200 pages or 300 pages in a day, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been barely getting through 40 pages a day, and that's forcing myself to read. And I just think I need to stop forcing myself to read, because it's not making reading fun anymore. And the reason that I started reading books again is because it was fun. And I just want to go back to like reading books because I want to. Like this, like Eleanor Oliphant, whatever. I picked this book up because Books and Jams was doing a reading along for it this month, and I'm not motivated to read it. And I'm like, and I started it yesterday, and I was like, why am I reading this book? I don't even want to read it. And I just need to start setting myself up and be like, you know what, Hannah? You don't have to read a book if you don't want to. Just pick up books that you want. And then I had Nevermore checked out from the library for like, I renewed it 5 times. I wasn't going to read it. So you know what I did? I returned it yesterday. And not looking at it on my shelf makes me feel so much better. And I just think I need to realize that, like, if I don't like a book, I don't have to read it. Or even if I look at it and it looks interesting, but I just am not in the mood for it, I don't have to read it. Because honestly, reading is supposed to be fun. In the past month, reading has not been fun. I've been forced, and I've been forcing myself to read. And I'm just tired of doing that. So that is my discussion on reading slumps. And comment below if you've ever felt the same way, or if you've ever felt like reading sometimes feels like a competition, or you just compare yourself to other booktubers or whatever. But that is my piece today. And yep, I hope you guys like it. Bye.